How y'all doing? Jalen Smalls, founder of Red Fitness here, and today I'm gonna walk y'all through how I prepare a plant-based meal. So first, we just flash boil the sweet potato. Just throw it in there for maybe 5-7 minutes. Get it boiled really quickly. That softens the surface. Here's just a video of me chopping it up. I like my sweet potatoes or my potatoes in general in slices. You guys can dice it and cube it, do whatever you like. Next, we coat the pan in oil. I used avocado oil. You could use coconut oil. Coconut oil actually gives it a bit more of a nutty flavor, but any oil of your choice. And here is just me coating each slice with avocado oil. Coating each slice in avocado oil helps keep the water inside, helps keep it nice and moist. Uh, when you don't coat it with avocado oil, or when you don't coat each piece with their oil, it doesn't keep the same flavor as when you just drizzle oil on there. So when you coat everything in oil, it helps seal and lock that flavor in. I like to just use a paper towel to make sure everything is nice and evenly coated. You guys can use one of those little barbecue brushes or whatever tool of your choice. Next, I coat it with the seasonings. I just showed you guys the onion powder. Sprinkle a little bit on. Nobody really measures the amount of their seasonings that they use. Next is garlic powder. Sprinkle a little bit of the garlic powder on. And I don't use the same seasonings every time when I make my potatoes, but I, season to taste. Next is chipotle chili pepper, also known as just chili pepper seasoning, chipotle seasoning, just to give it a little bit of spice, something simple. I also added turmeric into the mix. Whenever I use pepper, I tend to use turmeric because the pepper the pepper boosts the power of the turmeric. It boosts the anti-inflammatory power of the turmeric. Many spices always add a healing power or healing element to your food. The next thing I added was hemp seeds. I usually don't do this. I usually don't roast my hemp seeds at all. But I tried something different, so I threw the hemp seeds on top of the sweet potatoes before I put it in the oven. And I added an extra coating of avocado oil, pictured there. Light drizzle on top. Then I covered it in the aluminum foil. I didn't show you guys, but after I cover it in aluminum foil, I usually poke holes in it. That way I can let a little bit of the moisture out. That way the sweet potatoes don't get soggy. They remain moist, but they don't get soggy. Next, we put baking soda into water. My aunt actually showed me this trick. The baking soda along with a little bit of pink salt in the pre-soak helps to remove some of the indigestible sugars that are in the skin of most beans. So like chickpeas, kidney beans, things like that. Those help. Baking soda and pink salt helps digest those indigestible sugars and removes them when you strain the beans after your soak. Now, I didn't believe it at first. I had to try it. I tried it. I soaked my chickpeas for about 2.5 hours before cooking, where usually you'd have to soak them for about 12 to 24 hours to get the skin off. But the 2.5 hour pre-soak in the baking soda actually did help relieve a lot of my bloating when I did finish with the curry chickpeas. So I soaked about 2 cups of them, 2.5 hours, boiled, added the curry powder, stirred it around. I didn't add anything else to the chickpeas. Here we have broccolini pictured, just diced it up nice and fine. Something to note, I usually don't I usually don't cook my greens. I usually eat them raw, but I decided to make a full meal for you guys just to show how the process goes. So I took broccolini, collard greens, diced them up nice and fine. I threw them in a small skillet to cook, and I didn't let them cook for very long. I only let them cook for maybe 10-15 minutes, if that. I watched it really closely because when you cook your greens heavily, you kill a lot of the nutrients. So ideally you want to eat your leafy greens raw or lightly steamed. You don't want to cook them for 30 minutes. Kale is the only vegetable that will survive 30 minutes of cooking and retain a lot of its nutrient value. There pictured is ginger. I like to cook my greens with ginger to just boost the healing factor, Ginger helps relieve your stomach, helps your body digest the food that we eat. So I like to put a little bit of ginger in my greens. After the ginger, I added some cayenne pepper just to give it a little bit of kick, a little bit of flavor. And, that's it for the meal. Cayenne pepper pictured. Once this meal is on the plate, a cup of chickpeas contains about 39 to 40 grams of protein. The chickpeas plus the large sweet potato adds up to about 181 grams of carbs. And between the chickpeas, the hemp seeds, and a few of the oils, there's about 20 grams of fat. I believe 18 to 20 grams of fat. I'll put the full description in the bio. There's also a ton of macronutrients in the form of vitamins A, vitamins K, calcium. The collard greens are very abundant in calcium. There's a lot of magnesium in collard greens as well. The broccolini is very, very high in vitamin K, high in iron. It's a very nutritious meal. I really, really hope y'all enjoy. Here's what the greens look like fully cooked. They still kept their color for the most part. Everything on the plate. I hope you guys enjoy following this recipe. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.